Well, good morning, YouTube. All right, just a really short video here as an update on the tractor. As you guys saw in the previous video, we got the tire dismounted and realized that the rim was in way worse shape on the inside. Structural integrity was in question, so I didn't really want to reuse those. Since then, we've been searching and searching and searching, and I cannot find those wheels that belong on this tractor. Now, this tractor is an old Ford 4500 industrial tractor. Some things a little bit different than what was on the farm tractors or the ag tractors. It's a great tractor, but it's old. They made this tractor from like 1965 to 1975 or 64 to 74, something in that area. So at best, this thing's 50 years old. At best, it could be a little bit older. And it's just kind of hard to find the parts for it. Now, I called my friend Gene over at Gene's Tractor Parts in Hayesville to see what kind of resources he had. And he was able to get me this centerpiece, and it fits. It's not exact. I think it was designed for a smaller lug nut, but it's something that I can make work. The taper on the lug nut doesn't quite match the taper on the wheel, but there's a big enough flat spot on the lug nut that I think it'll be okay. My concern with it is, you see there's a little bit of a gap between the wheel hub and the actual axle. And that gap isn't there with the OEM wheel. So that would make this wheel lug-centric rather than hub-centric, which means that that centerpiece of the axle wouldn't be what kept that wheel centered on the axle. It would rely on the lug nuts. Now, it's a tight fit. I don't think that's really going to be a problem. A lot of cars and trucks use lug-centric rather than hub-centric, but whether it's good or bad, I don't know. It'll be fine if we have to. The other option that we actually have is Gene found a salvage yard that he's got connections with over in Alabama, who's got a set of wheels. Send us some pictures. It's got tires on them still, giant wheel weights on them, which is a good thing. But it looks like where the valve stem comes out of the wheel didn't look much better than my other wheel. So what we've asked them to do is dismount the tires, because I don't need the tires, and get us better pictures of the inside of the wheels and make sure that they're in good condition. The pair of those used wheels is going to cost me $250. Yeah, I got to drive to Alabama to get them, so let's add in another $100 in fuel to get there and back. But to go this route with new outer rims on both sides is going to be a little over $1,000. So it's still cheaper for me to do the used ones, but only if they're in good enough condition. I'm a firm believer that the new parts will be the better option, because we're not going to put the calcium chloride back in it that we had in it originally. So if the original wheels lasted 50 years, new wheels without the corrosive crap in it will last way beyond my lifetime, in theory. But I want to weigh both options, so we're going to wait till we hear back from them with new pictures. And I'm hoping that maybe I can talk with them about the wheel weights. The wheel weights were not included in that price, but I'm hoping that maybe for a reasonable price, I can get the wheel weights as well, because the extra weight would really do good on this tractor. A lot of people don't realize this tractor has an amazing lift capacity on the front, a lot more than the average farm tractor or compact tractor of this size. It's got like a 3,800 pound lift capacity, or don't quote me on that, but that's according to tractor data. It's assuming then that's correct, and from what I understand, tractor data is relatively accurate for the most part. And the reason I'm making this video is because in the comments, I've seen a lot of people asking questions about this. So like I said, it's an industrial tractor, not an ag or farm tractor. It is an 8-lug wheel that is a 15 by 28. The tire size is a 16.9 by 28. With this new wheel configuration, if we go this route, it is going to change my offset a little bit. I think it's actually going to push the tires out, make it a little bit wider, which isn't a terrible thing. Makes it more stable on uneven ground, but it also will make it harder to fit between narrow trees or passes or whatnot. So there's pros and cons to either way. And at this point, we're just waiting for those pictures of the used wheels to see whether they're even worth it or not. But who knows? All right, guys, just a quick recap. I know this was a short video. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Until the next time I see you, let's keep those tractors rolling. Now I'm off to work on Goliath again. almost got it done.